name's Sean Locker. I'm a logistics management specialist here at Auburn. I joined the military pretty much right out of high school in 1999. I drove a Humvee a lot, and in Iraq, I was a civil affairs team member. We were on a small team that operated between Fallujah and Abu Ghraib. Got a lot done. It was good for the Iraqi population, so it's a good experience. I was injured and I was stabilized at Camp Fallujah at the surgical center there. I was medevac to Balad. That's where they removed my arm. And I was evacuated to Landstuhl. Stayed there for about a week, and from there I went to Bethesda Naval Medical Center. I was there for 2 weeks, and then I became outpatient at Walter Reed. I was fortunate to find out about the Operational Warfighter program in late 2004. The different federal agencies come to, usually about half a dozen agencies every week or two. They'll come to Walter Reed and sit down with some of the veterans, with the wounded warriors, and talk to them about opportunities that they have through OWF and potentially transferring into a permanent position. One thing I was really fortunate was the different initiatives by the nonprofit organizations and organizations within the federal government, like Operation Warfighter, Yellow Ribbon Fund, Wounded Warrior Project. They all have internship programs, and a lot of guys have gone through, and education programs also. Sometimes blazing new trails as far as new processes to hire guys that may not have normally fit in their organization. But I'd say sometimes it's tough for HR organizations to leverage all the different hiring options that there are for disabled veterans. So maybe having a guru of sorts on HR on staff in the HR section would help the organization and help the wounded warrior, navigate the process a little bit more efficiently. A lot of wounded warriors have a lot of energy, and they feel like they're born again after their injury, and that sometimes that's contagious, and it can make for a good working environment and a productive one. I'd say definitely take a look at some of the wounded warriors and disabled vets out there, and particularly try to get an idea where their strengths and weaknesses are and where their interests lie. They may not be degreed, they may not meet your criteria right off the bat, but one of the strengths of the military is military personnel are trainable. For the most part, we can really jump into different roles and responsibilities and usually excel. This is a vehicle integration kit. We just sent 500 to the Middle East, mainly Afghanistan. This radio is going to give the warfighter better capability for communicating back to bases that are out of range of legacy communication systems. So this is it's pretty cool. Did a lot of development here and with Marine Corps Warfighting Lab. It feels great to be able to still kind of stay in the fight, if you will, just in a different fashion. We had a lot of electrical and mechanical work. We were designing a lot of one-off custom items for the testing, and I needed help, and I decided to see if the department would let me mentor, bring a disabled college student on board through the workforce recruitment program through Department of Labor's ODEP office. It seemed foreign to me. Admittedly, I don't have a degree myself, but I decided to do it. The intern I had, he's now a permanent employee with us. He and I worked together on this to design it. I feel very fortunate for the work that the people have done to help get me at Auburn, so I'm trying to help liaison between other wounded warriors in Auburn and NAVSEA. So also Department of Labor. I'll be going to Brigham Young University and Southern Utah University to represent the Department of Labor, Office of Disability Employment Policy, and the Workforce Recruitment Program, seeing if we can get more college students interested in WRP. I honestly do feel thankful for not only that I am here today and still alive, but all the opportunities out there and the different programs that all the people that have worked hard on the nonprofit side and on the government side, to do good things for the wounded warriors.
My name is Bill Rosborough. I'm a recovery care coordinator with Wounded Warrior Battalion East at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. I came in the Marine Corps in 1991, and I was a supply chain manager. I was deployed to Iraq. I was up in northern Iraq, about 30 miles from Syria, and I was part of a forward logistics team trying to set up bases for the Iraqi army. And one day while I was in our command operations center, two water trucks packed with explosives made it through the entry control point, and one drove into the dining facility, and a suicide bomber blew it up, and then the other one drove into the building I was in and destroyed our building. From the point of injury, I was fearful, scared, because my life had changed in an instant. So I knew that most likely I wasn't going to be able to be a Marine for much longer, and I needed to face the reality of the only thing that I really ever knew in my adult life was going away, and I needed to start working on mentally getting ready to make the change into the civilian world. The Wounded Warrior programs that are out there have helped me immensely through physical rehabilitation, mental rehabilitation, keeping me active, keeping me from sitting at home feeling sorry about myself. With wounded, injured, and ill, there are so many people out there willing to help you that understand that you might have post-traumatic stress, or you might have a traumatic brain injury, and that doesn't make you unable to work. They're willing to work with you, and ultimately you being able to do something for them. Hey, good morning, Sergeant Huntley. This is Bill Rosborough, your recovery care coordinator, returning your call. Are you guys all getting ready to take off tomorrow on the airplane, right? Like I said, I left the supply chain management field to take this job when I heard about it, because you can have the worst day in the world and help one individual, and it makes up for everything. This is a new Department of Defense initiative for the Recovery Care Coordinator program, and we help the wounded, injured, and ill through the transition policy from point of injury until either return to full duty or medical separation or retirement. You don't want to go through the whole process and get hired for a job and then physically or mentally not be able to do it, because then that's going to kill your spirits. So they need to find a job that they qualify for, but more importantly, a job that they think that they'll enjoy. And then they need to research that job and find out what it all entails, what the environment is, what kind of desk am I going to have, what kind of chair, you know, if I have a handicap placard, how close is the handicap parking to the building where I'm going to be working in. So they need to keep into consideration all types of things like that too. Once you're able to get to that certain point in your recovery where you realize, hey, you know, something bad happened, but I can still do a lot of good things in my life. You know, yeah, I have physical limitations, but maybe I can pick a new hobby if I can't do the old one anymore. But keeping busy and keeping my mind engaged and keeping your mind working is instrumental. I have a sergeant that was very badly injured, and he actually came to this organization when I was still a patient here, and I've been able to see him evolve, and he's seen me evolve throughout the whole process, and he's actually leaving here in a few days, returning back to his hometown, and we already have a job set up for him, so I'm really happy for him. This is my license plate of my car. I tried to get ouch, but it was already taken.